Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm back. I'm gonna make another video. Obviously, by the title, you can see that this one is wrestling related, and it is primarily going to be about Umaga and why I think he should be moved over to SmackDown. So here we go. Yeah, Umaga. When he first came over to Raw, he had the whole undefeated streak thing going on, but and he had his run. He defeated Kane and Ric Flair and a number of other jobbers, and then he had his program with Lashley, and he had his run in the spotlight where they were using him pretty well. The Intercontinental Champion, he's been the Intercontinental Champ twice I think, and he had his run over on Raw, but I think Umaga's time on Raw is pretty much over. When was the last time he really got a win over somebody with some credibility? Aside from last night, he beat the crap out of Brian Kendrick, but who didn't really see that coming? You know, he got beat up by Lashley in his feud to WrestleMania. He got nothing there. He got beat by Cena. Got nothing there. He's been getting up. He's getting beaten up by Jeff Hardy. He got absolutely buried by Triple H. So the way I see it, there's nothing left for Umaga on Raw. I don't see. They should move him over to SmackDown because if you move him over to SmackDown, he's got fresh feuds with Rey Mysterio, Batista, Undertaker. Um, who's the other face over there? Rey Mysterio, Batista, Undertaker, maybe Finley. Now they can do something with him. And he can also rekindle his little feud with Kane if they run out of things for him to do over there. And it's just better than keeping him on Raw because, like I said, he's not doing anything on Raw right now. Um, I don't think he's gonna go for the heavyweight title or anything and actually win it over on SmackDown or anything. But he's most certainly, if he goes over to SmackDown, I don't think he's gonna be jobbing in and out each and every single week like he has been doing recently. It's currently Mark Henry's job. So you know, move him over to SmackDown. The only two reasons why I can see why they wouldn't want to bring him over to SmackDown is, um, well, two reasons actually. Uh, Number one, the talent exchange program between ECW and SmackDown. But to me, that's really more for ECW's benefit because who really comes over from ECW to SmackDown that really helps SmackDown out a lot? They have Miz and Morrison that come over every once in a while. They have Big Daddy V, and they have CM Punk make an occasional appearance on SmackDown, and that helps out a little while. But other than that, I mean, with ECW's roster being so thin and they don't use everybody that they have on their roster with their their weekly show, I mean, how much can they really help SmackDown out? Not too much, if you ask me. The other reason why I think they probably wouldn't want to move them over there is because if you look at the rosters for Raw and SmackDown, then SmackDown is loaded up with monster type guys: Mark Henry, Khali, Batista. Well, I don't know if you'd really consider Batista a monster, but Undertaker, same thing with Undertaker. He's lost a little bit of weight, but he's got that you know um, that indestructible type of force that keeps on moving. Monster type of guy. And they probably wouldn't want to overload the SmackDown guys with another monster. But who cares? I mean, you have Snitsky. I guess they're kind of trying to do something with Snitsky on Raw. I'm not sure how well it's working, but I think they're just gonna go ahead in that direction anyhow. And last night, if you didn't believe Big Show was coming to Raw during the whole Triple H thing qualifying for the Rumble, then it should be pretty obvious by now. So Big Show is coming back. And plus they got other guys coming back later on. They have Lashley, who should be coming back pretty soon, and Cena's going to be coming back later on during the year. So they're not hurting for any talent over on Raw. Like I said, Big Show and Snitsky will be the main monster guys over there, I guess. And then, they're moving Kennedy up the ladder slowly but surely with his little thing with HBK. And other guys like Jericho and Triple H, they're pretty much interchangeable. They can move between face and heel, and at any given time. It's not a big deal, and they'll be believable in either role. So they're not gonna have a huge toll taken on them if they give up Umaga. So I don't see why. And plus, every time there's a draft or some type of trade, Raw always rapes SmackDown. They took Kennedy, they took Booker, they took Benoit, and they were gonna do something with Benoit, but we all know what happened with Benoit and ECW. So to me, no real reason not to move Umaga over to SmackDown. Like I say, he's not really gonna be going for the World Heavyweight title or anything. They'd probably slot him in as the U.S. champion eventually. But yeah, I don't know. WWE, even though they like big monster heel type guys, well, sometimes faces and whatnot, but everybody says that they have a hard on for big guys, and they do kind of. But if you look at how the WWE has traditionally treated them over the years, and more recently, the only really guys that I could say that Yokozuna and Andre the Giant, and I'm probably missing out on a couple of guys, but those are the only real big, huge, champions that they've had. Um, Other than that, I mean, let's see, what's Mark Henry doing? He's jobbing in and out every single week. Kali, he was in the title picture, but that was just because they had nobody else to elevate the champion status. Now that they have Edge and Mysterio, and they're pushing MVP a little bit, he'll get there eventually if Raw doesn't take him. Then they have guys to take the slot. Kane's not doing anything. Kane hasn't been doing anything forever. I guess he doesn't want the title, and WWE's not gonna force it on him if they I don't know if they'd give Kane the title anyway. But yeah, Batista, he's pretty much worn out his welcome as heavyweight champion. I don't foresee him becoming, champion anytime soon because been there, done that. And you know, what are they really doing with their monster guys? They ain't doing crap with Snitsky, and thankfully so, because Snitsky does not need any damn titles. That's just my opinion. I don't really care too much for Snitsky. And Big Show, even when he does come back, the last thing that they had Big Show doing was being ECW champion, which is the lowest championship belt on the tier as far as the heavyweights go. So, how much love does WWE really have for big guys? I mean, yeah, sure, they got love for him by hiring him, but, what do they actually do with him once they hire him in terms of, like main event and keeping him main event? Besides, I think Big Show, to me, is probably the most recently successful, not with the ECW title run, but well, even though he had the ECW title, it's still a top title, I guess. But other than that, yeah, I mean, like I said, they hire him. Now, if you're talking about bigger guys in terms of being lean and cut and toned and all that type of stuff, well, that's another argument. But like I said, sure, WWE does have the hard on for big guys, but as I stated with my examples, what have they really been doing with them recently and traditionally, more to the point, as far as championships go? But yep, that's my opinion on Umaga. Move him over to SmackDown. I don't see any reason why you wouldn't. All right, see you guys later. Bye.